Welcome back to Gaming Assembled. Today is part 16 of our Inheritance series. Thank you for joining us. Before we start, we'd love to hear from you. So like, comment and subscribe to the channel and interact with us on social media. And thank you to Lucas Ribeiro and David Trudler for subscribing already. Let's get started. Okay, so welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 and back to Ireland. So we are just going to carry straight on. Last time we had our sort of reboot, if you like, of this series in the sense of trying to focus a bit more in on the roleplay side of things, that little bit better than we had done before. So hopefully you found that was a little bit more in-depth. Let's have a look. So, greetings, my perceptive liege. Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to uncover any secrets here at court. I don't believe we'll ever find anything either. There is less going on here than a graveyard at noon. Okay. Well, we'll keep it up a second. Is there somewhere else we could direct him? Somewhere else we could look for secrets? Because we're all about trying to keep control of our realm. 35%, 80% chance of learning a secret. Well, we'll go with that. Find secrets there. We're rooting out secrets in the realm. That could do with being stamped on. That little bit of lack of control there. We are still converting the faith and we're promoting development, so that's good. Mental break, no time for myself. Ruling has been such exhausting work as of late. It is like no subject of Ireland can wipe their arse without my express instruction. I was in the middle of planning a small getaway to a secluded dungeon stuffed with unimportant peasants. That says something about how we feel about the peasantry, doesn't it? When a servant comes rushing up to me, babbling about some trivial catastrophe. So, we could be a confider. We could, I'll be drinking the entire ride it seems, or fine, cancel my plans. So, let's see, what are we likely to do? I mean, obviously, the pub, probably. Who do we talk to? Who is that we'd talk to? Let's find out who that is. If it's our friend, maybe we would. Let's see. It's this guy. So it's one of our friends. So we could go and talk to our friend. Yeah, I think we probably would do that. I mean, it'd be one of those two, certainly. We could either go to the pub or go and talk to our friend. And I think just to mix it up a bit, perhaps we would do that. I mean, you know, our friends are very important to us. He is our best friend after all. So yeah, we'll gain the trait confider and we'll talk to our friend. Maybe that'll help. I mean, while we're talking to our friend, why don't we have a board game? Friendly game. That might be a good thing. We're not bothered about wagering, I don't think. We're not particularly a gambler, but challenge to a board game. I mean, it might not be so good that we're, you know, we're confiding in him, because he is an, evil lackey, but, you know, in the long run it might not be the best. But, you know, he is our best friend, and so that would make sense to me. So, Mormere Tad, we'll call him Tad, takes his seat opposite me. Our little game is Half and Taffle. It's about to begin, and a competitive grimace tells me exactly how confident my friend is. He goes first, opening with a variety of cunning feints and ploys. We're neck and neck, though neither of us is even close to victory. For what it's worth, win or lose, says my best friend, there's no one in the world I'd rather play half and taffle with. A strong sword arm is a strong die arm. Innocent whistling, or I'll have you. So, what would we go for? Well, so these sort of tell you a little bit about what they're focused on. I mean, we're not sort of particularly martial, so I don't think it would be that one. Although that being said, that one is to do with prowess, so we are fairly good with the sword. We're just not that way inclined. Or innocent whistling, so that's more to do with intrigue, and we're not particularly that way. So I think we'd have to go with that one. Our match marches on. Tad continuing with such devious ruse that I'm left speechless. Naturally, my techniques cunningly foil my opponent. I am in the lead for now, though neither of us is even close to victory. Can you think of... you may think you're winning, chortles my opponent, but you only think that because I want you to think that. And I know that you know that I know you know that. Okay, fair enough. So, again, it's the same choice again, so I think we have to go with the same choice again. And, looks like we've won. With a roar of triumph, I surge to my feet, scattering pieces everywhere. The game of Hanaftafel is mine. Another fine victory on my indisputable rise towards the role of King of Games. Nothing but the shallow husk of a man is left of Tad. How does it feel to lose, little man? Oh, we wouldn't say that. He's our friend, and I'd love to play again sometime. Well, he's our best friend, and he would, and I'm sure we would. It would be nice to do that and things. So he improved his opinion of us, or I think he was already at 100 anyway, and I think we lost a little bit of stress, which is good. I mean, it might be something that we do a little bit more often. That, you know, maybe it's something that he enjoys doing, just playing with his friends, playing with the people who matter to him. But yeah. New church is established. Earldom of Desmond gained religious construction for 5 years. So new converts eagerly support the construction of new religious buildings. Okay, very good. So, I mean, in terms of where we go from here, what's this? Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to... Right, keep it up. Okay. So, I mean, in terms of what I suppose his goals are in life, as I said, it's about trying to maintain order. So how can we best do that? Well, I mean, this is one good thing, perhaps. A guild of stonemasons has established itself in the Mormaerdom of Leinster. Having dedicated craftsmen in my personal service could help the region flourish, which I think, again, it's about maintaining control, maintaining things as they have been, under our father's realm, and that is probably going to be a good thing. I will strike a deal with the chief mason. Duke Aidan earn me their allegiance, and why would I need their help when I have serfs? Right, well, in a way, I almost think that one, because, I mean, we've seen that he's got a very big disregard to the peasants. I mean, in that previous event, he was on his way to a secluded dungeon to torture some unimportant peasants, just the little people, you know what I mean. But at the same time, we possibly would rely on our friend. As I said, we are a bit of a sycophantic friend, we're sort of just there, every time they turn a corner, we're there going, hello, how are you doing? And, I think because, as I say, we're a little bit socially awkward and whatever, and we sort of flip out at the slightest, when we're triggered and things, and go all sadistic on people. So I think maybe we would do that. Maybe we would lean on our friend and sort of just go, actually, yeah, you do that for us. That'd be really good. And things. So perhaps we go with that one. I mean, it might not succeed, but, never mind. So in terms of trying to organise control. So this is a change for us. So Duke Aidan has returned to me with an offer from the Masons Guild. I inspected their records, my liege. I do not believe a better deal can be struck. So there we go. So then I was a fool to send you, Aidan. The control level in Mormaerdom will change by +20. So that's something that we could do. That sounds very good. So that one's about building things and things, but that one's about control, and that is literally what we're after. So we'll go with that. But hold the presses. Our friend has died. He was 76, died of old age. So who has now taken his realm? It is now his son. Was he pinned to our board? Yes, he was. So his son has now taken over. So let's have a look at him. So he is religiously zealous and callous and shy, and he's an evil zealot. Okay. So I'm not sure. I mean, he's new. You know, his father was our friend, and whatever. I'm not sure. Would we trust him? He is quite a powerful vassal. Would that be something that we'd be thinking is perhaps too much of a threat to us? You know, and he's got quite a lot of land. He's quite abrupt and callous with us, and he's also a little bit, you know, he doesn't like to chat and whatever like his father did. So maybe we'd think, well, is that something that's... Are you hiding something? Are you hiding something, Trengus? So I'm wondering whether we would trust him or not. I think we'll have to keep an eye on him. Outliving a child. So many hopes for you, my sweetest child. All the things you would learn, experience and do. There were so many possibilities, a whole life to live. So this is Niall. So the one who was named after us last time. He was sickly and he's died. So how is this going to affect us? Seems to be more happening. So no, it's simply not how you say it. The venerable scholar who invented the word said it was pronounced the way I am saying it. My friend, my spy master, and I are having a raging debate which shows no signs of abating. Having passed a nearby gibbet, he had remarked on it. Being fluent in the Goidelic language as I am, I gently corrected him on his pronunciation. It begins with a harsh sound, not a soft one, obviously. So that would be what gibbet is saying. And he had the temerity to disagree vociferously. I'm not quite sure even what that word is. No less. I can't believe you're still holding the vile linguistic position, he blurted out, frustrated by my insistence. They really need to find something better to talk about. Right, so we'll agree to disagree. It is, as I say, that's the end of it. Or it's gibbet and I'll prove it. So... let's see. So I think obviously he's our friend, but as I said, we're a bit socially awkward. You know, we're not somebody who deals well with being challenged. I don't think. You know, we've had betrayal and things like that in the past, and as I said, it's affected us. So I think we probably wouldn't sort of go the whole hog of, well, maybe we would go the whole hog of just saying it's this, I'll prove it. Yeah, I think we would. You know, we'd get a bit touchy, we'd perhaps overreact and things. I mean, it's like when we're triggered with betrayal, we get sadistic. Obviously, we're not going to start torturing him over it, but I think, and I win the debate. There we go. I lost some stress in the process. Great. So, you know, but there you go. Yes, so we need a new steward. So what I was saying before is we need to keep an eye on him. I mean, he doesn't like us very much. So perhaps maybe we start trying to take some action against him. He doesn't like us. So council rights guaranteed. Council rights guaranteed. Why is that a negative? That council rights are guaranteed. That seems a bit odd. Wants to be on the council. High Crown Authority, sadistic, adulterer, sadistic, okay. Well, I mean, we could obviously put him on the council. That would probably be the most sensible thing from a keeping an eye on him perspective. Keep your friends close, etc. Enemies closer. So, I mean, that's made him like us a bit more. He is terrified of us. Or, no. Yes, he is. He's terrified of us. His wife more so. But, you know, she's more terrified of us or just doesn't like us more. But, okay. But I wonder whether we start making some moves against him. Because, I mean, to try and maybe at least break up his lands. So maybe we try and think, well, if he's not, you know, if he's not as powerful, there's less chance he'll be able to attack us and betray us. Maybe that's what we can do. I mean, let's have a look. That's the entire Duchy of Munster. That's a big duchy. I mean, what we could do is carve out a little bit of land and maybe give it to our friend. Maybe that's what we would do. Give it to a friend and then I mean, what duchy titles are there? I suppose we could create a duchy title and just give it to someone else entirely. I mean, who else would we trust though? And our list of people that we trust is fairly short. So, I wonder, I mean, there's not many people that we actually trust. I mean, in terms of our family, let's have a quick look at our family. So the broader clan, so to speak. Where are we? We are over here. So, okay. So there are quite a few members of the family alive. 30 living members. Mostly are sort of cousins and people like that. We've got our aunt still. I forgot about her. She's down in Tahert, isn't she? So she's still kicking. She's still not got any children. We're still her heir. So that's definitely worth pinning onto our board. So I'd forgotten about her. And our cousin in Brittany as well. So, but obviously he's not of our dynasty because he is from our aunt. You know, as a well, we've got connections all over the place, haven't we? So our cousin is in the Robertine dynasty. So that's interesting. So yeah. So certainly don't think we'd trust family. Other than maybe our son. I mean, we can't give titles to her, to our daughters, so I think it would have to be, if we did take some land off him, we'd have to give it to our son. So, I don't know, maybe we would, maybe we wouldn't. You have to let me know what you think on that one. Whether we move against him, whether we try and strip away a bit of his lands and give it to our son and just to try and reduce his power. Let me know in the comments on that one. I'm not really sure, and we can look at that moving forward. Greetings, my perceptive liege. My hunters captured this live stag, and its grace and majesty reminded me of you. Oh, I've not been to our court in a while. We should do that in a minute. Please accept it as a token of our everlasting friendship. Let it roam the gardens, or it will make for some truly delicate cuts of meat. So we could either eat it, or we could let it wander around in the gardens. Well, I don't think we're particularly bothered about chopping it up. I don't think we'd see the need. I think we'll let it go around the garden. That'll just help us. So I think that'll be good. I just don't see a reason why not for that. I don't see a reason really either way. Despite our best efforts, my agents are yet to uncover any secrets in Mohamed Tag's court. I do not believe we'll ever find anything. Keep it up one more and then we'll see about shifting target. Okay. So let's go to our court and have a look at this. We have a court event. So this is one of our vassals. He's the Duke of Connacht. The pageantry of court continues day after day, from dawn to dusk. Cadwagan, something like that, extemporizes on my greatness, spouting platitudes and praises. Nearby Duke Ocution, we'll go with that. It's probably wrong, but we'll go with that. Joins in, playing to the crowd, grinning stupidly and expecting a sign of my favour for his antics. A deep, insistent desire to call for my mead and lose myself in it slowly builds. Gnawing at my mind, distracting my attention, a lone bead of sweat trickles interminably down my brow. Cadwagan notices my distance, inquiring, "Are you all right, my lord?" with almost genuine concern. "Apologies, what were you saying?" "Forgive me, I have other business to attend to, and very good." Well, I think we'd go with that one. Forgiveness, that's probably the one that I would go for. That would make most sense to me, based on what we know of him. There's no reason, I don't think, for any of the others. Let's have a look. Court artifacts. I don't think there's anything in there that particularly requires any action. Sorry, that was wrong one. Court artifacts. We've got a new artifact we could put on. Is it that one? Yes, it is. So we've got that. Court grandeur was what I was looking at before, wasn't it? Well, perhaps. I think actually, yeah, I think we probably would increase that, because we've got a chip on our shoulder. We're wanting to try and prove that we can be just as good a king as our father and grandfather. They were the ones who were held up in renown, and people looked up to them and felt that they were such good kings. Whereas us, we were the one that, in our eyes at least, they felt was never good enough to do this. And so we need to prove that we are able to do this. So, yeah, I think we go with that. It costs us a little bit of money, but we've got the money. I think that sounds like a good plan. That would make sense to me. Have we held court in a while? No, we haven't. Let's hold court. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors to the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Gesture for the first to approach. My vassal, so the Duke of Connacht, can barely contain his rage erupting. Something must be done about that Irish outsider. He gesticulates wildly. I have had quite enough of Duke Trengus, so this is the chap that we keep an eye on, and his ridiculous customs. I mean, have you seen how those savages eat? It is time for your foreign subjects to adopt the mores of their betters. Is that right? Mores? Doesn't make much sense to me, but okay. So he is Gaelic like us. I presume we are. I think we are. Yes, we are. So he's Gaelic like us. He is of our culture. The other chap is of Irish culture. So, and we don't trust him very much. He's new. We're not really sure what he's about. This guy at least has been around a while. He seems to be trying to impress us at times. He seems to be generally a good guy. And obviously he doesn't seem to have done anything against us in terms of moves, moves against us, betrayal or anything. Whereas this guy, as I say, what's he hiding? He's not speaking much. He's lurking in the background. We've just got a bad feeling about him. So I think we take the side of the Duke of Connacht. Our nobility must be Gaelic. There's much we could learn from other traditions. Gaelic or no is a loyal vassal. And Ireland is a land of many peoples. I think we go with that one. So he lost some opinion of us, and I think we're moving more towards moving against him, as a course of action. But we shall see. My steward, Duke Trengus, so it's him again, approaches the throne with a young man in tow. My liege and king, he spouts. My nephew, Connacht Mac Torfin, seeks the honour of serving in your retinue of knights. Give him the opportunity to prove his quality. This man knows his way around a hammer and will not let you down when it counts. So, this guy is he's someone who is obviously well trusted by Duke Trengus. Now, we're talking about someone serving as a knight in the realm. That brings him into a position where he's going to obviously be using weapons in our close proximity. I'm not sure that's a good idea. If we don't trust him, why would we trust the guy who he recommends? So I'm thinking no. I think we exclude him because I don't think we quite trust him. We don't know who he is, where he's come from. So, yes, the woman who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, she begins her speech. I represent the local community of Holmwick. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All had been dug up and left no trace at all. At first, we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then your own court physician was caught red-handed, hauling the dead away for her experiments. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. So, studying it is sadly necessary. Why didn't you invite me? Well, I'm not sure about that. I mean, we are, as it says in there, we are a little bit sadistic. So, few things bring Niall as much joy as the suffering of others. So, fresh living bodies make for better test subjects. I'm thinking that one, possibly. Because, again, sadistic is certainly where we're at in that respect. I think we go with that one. Overwhelmed by stress, although probably the forgiving aspect of us, but I think sometimes that nature, that although it causes us stress, we're a bit of a paradox. We get stress sometimes, but it's just us retreating to what we're like, at our core, deep down. So. Maybe that's what we just do. Okay. So we've got a couple hundred gold, so we could try and use things. So I mean, what I was starting to talk about, and then a lot of events popped up, was that how are we going to gain control over things a little bit more? I suppose, as I say, we could look at moving against this guy. Maybe that's the way we go. I think just before the end of this episode, I'll set off trying to get a claim on one of his counties and things, and then we'll. In fact, how long have we been going so far? We've been going. How long have we been going? 32 minutes. So I think what we'll do is we'll use a little bit of our gold. And we will increase our control with things. We'll increase our walls and towers there, and that uses some of our gold. But what we'll do is we will set off. There's only 22 months left on this, so I think once he's finished with that, we will look at getting him to do a fabricate claim on here. And I think we might start with that next time, perhaps one of these counties, to try and strip away some of that chap's power. If you think that's not the right move, let me know in the comments, and we will we will see what we think. I think being the guardian is one thing. We've got a friend. Who's our friend? Has he got space for another one? Yes, he does. I'll ask our friend to be guardian of our other daughter. There we go. Sorted. But yes, anyway, so I think that's the right one I've just done that for. Let's just see if that ticks through. Yes, there we go. That's good. So I think we'll leave it there for today. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do we move against this guy? Do we start getting some claims on his territory so we can revoke some titles, strip away a bit of power? As I say, I'm not sure we can trust him. He doesn't like us very much. As I say, we weren't trusting him, and so that seems to have gone against us, and he's quite a powerful vassal. Let me know what you think. And if you think there's any other direction we should go in terms of sort of following on this idea of control, trying to get control, maintain control, if you think there's a different angle we should look at, let me know in the comments. But for now, as ever, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.